planning on changing your life and becoming more successful by stopping your bad habits, you're going about it entirely the wrong way. There's a much better way to stop bad habits, and that's by simply replacing them with good ones. Let's get straight into some examples so that you can see exactly what this means for practical purposes. This is a list of some habits you might want to change. Stop eating so much fast food. Stop binge watching Netflix and get more work done. Quit procrastinating so much. And stop staying up so late. Success habits. Okay, so now you have to identify some habits that you want to change. The problem is, if you start on the road to change with this list, you're going to psych yourself out before you even begin, because you're going to be taking things away from yourself. The way this list will look in your brain is something like this. Stop having enormous pleasure of binge watching Netflix shows. Work all the time and always be doing boring stuff. Quit partying and never stay up and do anything fun. Be a boring neat freak and be cleaning up all the time. When you are listing bad habits that you want to break, you are making your brain think that it's losing some of its most pleasurable parts of life. This will make you battle yourself when you try to make changes. Instead, you want to do something different, like setting some new habits that will add benefits and value to your life. Here are some examples of some habits that will do exactly the same thing as the ones identified above, but will trick your brain into thinking that you are getting a reward instead of being punished and having something taken away. Eat healthy for at least 1 meal per day. Watch Netflix on weekends. Complete at least 5 tasks each week before they are due. Start getting more sleep on weeknights. Even though these give you the exact same results as your other habits, they are not taking anything away from your life. Sure, if you read between the lines, you can see that watching Netflix on the weekends means that you don't have to watch it on weekdays, but your plan isn't to fool yourself completely. You just need to trick your brain a little to get it to quit fighting you when you try to implement a new habit. Why negativity never works. The number one factor that will determine whether or not you can achieve your goals is whether you believe in yourself. Any sort of negativity, whether it's coming from the habits that you are changing or the thoughts going on in your head, is going to mess with that confidence. When you replace your negative habits with positive ones, you see a positive change in life. If you are focusing on negative habits, then all you do is get depressed and overwhelmed because you just see how many negative habits you have to change. On the other hand, if you're trying to add positive habits to your life, you don't have the all or nothing ultimatum. You feel good when you act on your good habits. Even if you aren't perfect at them, it makes an environment much more conducive to change. Things to keep in mind. There are a few things you should keep in mind when you're working on changing your habits. These are truths that you should remind yourself every day until you've memorized and can refer back to them. Number 1. Everyone has bad habits they're trying to change. Some people have a few more than others, but that doesn't make them any less of a valuable person, and the individual who overcomes more to change their habits can end up a much stronger person than someone who got there so easily. Number 2. Whenever you find a bad habit that you want to change, think of a way to put a positive spin on it. Find a way to create a good habit that will squeeze out the bad habits without making you think that you are losing anything valuable from your life. Number 3. The most important thing that you can do when it comes to training a new habit is trying your best every day. Don't get discouraged because you had a bad day and didn't do as much as you thought you should have. As long as you made an effort, it's going to count towards your 30 days. Number 4. Remember, 30 days is just a guideline. Everyone is different and there's nothing wrong with you if you need a little longer to make a habit stick. In fact, some studies show that if you want to form a truly effective habit, then 66 days is a better guideline. However, 30 days is a really good start. Number 5. Be flexible when it comes to training new habits. If you have made a goal that you're going to study a new language for 1 hour a day, but you cannot find a full hour to study, there's nothing wrong with cutting it down to half an hour or even 10 minutes if necessary. Try not to be too rigid and don't be too hard on yourself if you don't get it right the first time. A recap of the important stuff.
The thing you want to take away from this video is that you always want to make your habits something positive and make sure they're constantly adding to your life.
There are some great examples here of ways that you can turn a negative into a positive. These may have nothing to do with your goals, and in fact, your goals may be so different that you might not be able to see right away how you can replace the do not with the do habits. A good way to overcome this is by writing down the do not, and then coming up with a list of things that you might be doing in place of it. Suddenly you found that you were no longer exhibiting that behavior tomorrow. Keep plugging away and refine your habits as needed. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you for staying all the way till the end. And make sure to drop a like and make sure to subscribe, and I'm going to keep pushing out these videos and YouTube will keep pushing them. Thanks for listening.